Do you use your phone when you're walking or driving? Do you think this will never happen to you? In modern days, almost everyone cannot live without their phones. People always carry phones and use them during their daily lives. They play games, watch videos, listen to music, text and call friends. Especially, people use phones to text and call to keep in touch with their friends and families. However, the bad thing about using phone is that people use it even when they're walking on the streets, driving cars, crossing roads, and so on. This will certainly create dangerous situations. If you walk on streets, you can easily see people with their phones in their hands. You may even see people bumping into each other or falling down because they're only concentrating on their phones.
We did a further research to find out the exact reason why using phones increases the chances of getting involved in dangerous accidents. One of the reasons is because the reaction time gets longer. According to the research from VU University Amsterdam, the more difficult a task is to execute, the slower the reaction time to an imperative stimulus becomes. For drivers, a study released in April 2006 by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration found that almost 80% of crashes and 65% of near crashes involved some form of driver inattention within few seconds. For example, drivers look away from the roadway to look at their phones to check calls and messages. All these studies show that using smartphone while walking or driving do harm ourselves or even other pedestrians. So let's see what the general public think about using smartphone while walking.
I think it's almost all the time.
I always use mobile phone when I'm walking on the street because it's my habit to do that.
Seldom.
Seldom.
WhatsApp, Instagram, Gmail, and Canvas for the schoolwork.
I usually check messages or like scrolling down on social media.
Texting, social media, and giving calls. Yeah.
Play online games or texting to my friends. Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
Yes, because when I was only focusing on my phone, I won't realize what's happening around me, and if there's something happens suddenly and I was just like a shock, and then things would go on and I still can't realize that.
We set an experiment using the app that measures our reaction time. We divided our experiments into 3 parts. First, we asked the participant to do the reaction time measuring without doing anything else. Then, we asked the participant to measure the reaction time while speaking on a phone. Finally, we asked them to measure the reaction time while sending a text message.
From the result, the participants have the slowest reaction time when testing, which is 0.455 seconds, following with the reaction time when having phone call, which is 0.345 seconds. The last one is the normal reaction time, which is 0.294 seconds. This experiment shows that using mobile phone do affect reaction time, especially when testing. Although there is not much difference in reaction time, it means a lot when it comes to accidents. Reacting 0.1 seconds faster can reduce the severeness of situations, or even prevent accidents from happening.
Furthermore, to get accurate statistics, we've designed a set of questionnaires to ask the public opinions about texting while walking or driving. We've collected the data of 100 people. The first question is, how often do you use mobile phones while walking or driving? The results shows that 30% of the people always use mobile phones when walking or driving. 35% often use them, 27% sometimes use them, 6% rarely use them, and 2% never use mobile phones while walking or driving. The second question is, what activities do you do with your phone when you're walking or driving? The result shows that the most thing people do with their phones is sending or reading messages. 17.6% of the people do this, and 16.9% listen to music, 14.7% use social media, 3.45% read online novels, 3.13% make video calls, and 2.17% play games. The last question is, do you believe that using your phone affects your reaction time when dealing with sudden unexpected situations? According to the result, 63% of the people agreed while 22% disagreed, and 15% of the people said maybe. In overall, the results show that 65% of the people use phones more than often, and texting is what people actually do most with their phones. Also, the results show that more than half of the people believe that using phones will affect their reaction time. And this is kind of an irony since 65% of the people use phones more than often.
Texting while walking is very dangerous and can put people into serious situations. If you use your phone, your reaction time gets slower and it is very dangerous. Before we get involved in accidents, the best way is prevention. Watch out! Be careful.
Oh, thank you. We suggest you to try our best not to use mobile phones while walking or driving. If you really have to call or text someone, it's better to lean on the wall or sit down and use your phone. Again, the best thing is not to use phones.